Well, looking at the Republicans, all eyes are fixed on the next big contest in the state of New York. A new poll from Fox News shows Republican Donald Trump is leading his rivals there. Trump has 54% of the support among likely primary voters. Ohio Governor John Kasich has 22%, and Ted Cruz is trailing behind both of them with just 15%. Meanwhile, among Democratic voters, Hillary Clinton leads the way. She nabbed 53% of likely voters in the poll. That's compared to Bernie Sanders with 37%. The Boston Globe newspaper is turning some heads by publishing some fake headlines of what a real Donald Trump presidency might look like. We're seeing some of these front page headlines now. They include curfews extended to multiple cities and US soldiers refuse orders to kill ISIS families. The banner headline on the fake page, dated a year from Sunday, reads, "Deportations to begin. President Trump calls for tripling of ICE force. Riots continue." The fake front page leads the Globe's Sunday Ideas section, and its editorial board editor says it's a work of political satire. Well, let's get the latest from the campaign trail. CNN's politics producer Dan Merricker joins us now from Baltimore, Maryland. Great to have you with us. Firstly, looking at the Democrats, Sanders has been on a roll, winning 8 of the 9 last contests, but Clinton is way ahead in the polls in New York. How are they both campaigning in that state?
It's been fun to watch. Both of these competitors view New York as their home state. Bernie Sanders was born there, lived the first 18 years of his life there. Hillary Clinton represented the state for 8 years, moved there in 2000 and still lives there today. So they've campaigned in some unique ways. Bernie Sanders has gone to delis. He went and saw Hamilton, a very well-known show on Broadway. Hillary Clinton rode the subway a couple days ago and has made stops at a cheesecake shop in Brooklyn just yesterday, talking with voters, taking selfies, trying to show that they're campaigning at a local level, hitting the boroughs of New York City, going upstate, going to sandwich shops in Buffalo and Rochester and Albany. So it's a unique way of campaigning. Many people call it campaigning the New York way, campaigning on a granular level and asking just one-on-one, asking for people's votes, because that reverberates, that gets a lot of attention in newspapers and elsewhere, and can actually be very effective in small communities across New York.
Sounds like they've both been going on a bit of a food tour of New York. But looking at the issues, both candidates have questioned whether each is qualified to be president. Now, both spoke to Jake Tapper on CNN's State of the Union. Let's just take a listen to what they had to say.
Ever since Wisconsin, when that became the 6th out of 7 states that we have won in either caucuses or primaries, I think the Clinton campaign has made it public. Basically, they've told the media that here in New York, they're about to become very negative, about to beat us up. And I just want them to understand that, we have tried to run an issue-oriented campaign, but that we are not going to be attacked every single day. Our record is not going to be distorted. We are going to fight back.
I've said repeatedly that I'd take him over Donald Trump or Ted Cruz any day. I think people know that I will be a president who will follow through on what I've said. That's why I've laid out plans. I want to knock down all the barriers that stand in the way of people getting ahead and staying ahead. I want to protect people's rights. I want to protect our country. I want to unify our country. And I think I'm in a very good position to actually get that done.
So both candidates, they're making a case to be president, but Clinton clearly has softened her stance.
Yeah, she seems like she wants to dispatch with Senator Sanders pretty quickly. Yesterday in Brooklyn, she told an audience that it's important for her to win the New York primary so that she can then be on a more solid path to the nomination and start to focus on Republicans sooner. Her campaign believes that because of the Wyoming contest that happened on Saturday, where they split delegates 7-7, despite the fact that Senator Sanders won more of the votes, more of the caucus goers, that she could win the nomination by California in June. Now, Clinton, as I said, clearly wants to move past Senator Sanders, but Senator Sanders is not ready to make that happen. His campaign has said they will contest this all the way to the convention in Philadelphia and make a case that this momentum that he has been carrying from state to state to state should sway superdelegates, these Democratic officials, party officials, elected officials, who have one delegate vote at the convention and on the convention floor. He believes that if he continues to win and if he can upset Hillary Clinton in New York, that could sway these superdelegates to start to support him. That's a long shot, but that is Bernie Sanders' path to the convention at this point.
It certainly is a long shot, but it's certainly what everyone from the Sanders campaign have been saying for quite some time. When speaking about Clinton, Sanders also said that despite the fact that she may be qualified to be president, something is clearly lacking in her judgment. Now, that sort of, I guess that sort of relates to a lot of the young people that he has in his camp of supporters. But what about the other people, the minority crowds, African Americans? Has he been able to woo over those sort of voters?
Please welcome Senator Barbara.
So it's fascinating. Secretary Clinton has consistently done better among Latino voters, African American voters, who have stood by her in a number of states, especially the Deep South, which Hillary Clinton swept earlier this year. I'm actually in Baltimore right now, where Hillary Clinton is about to speak. Senator Barbara Mikulski is coming to the podium now. It's a very diverse crowd here in Baltimore. Bernie Sanders' campaign knew early on in their campaign that he would have to win over African American and Latino voters. He has not been able to do that to a convincing degree yet. That said, Bernie Sanders has overwhelmingly won young voters who have backed him in every state across the country, and it's actually the demographic that he hopes could carry him to win the New York primary later this month.
Okay, Dan Merrick, great to have you with us. Thanks very much for joining us.